because they all had a feud. They were all talking shit to each other. They were all high round players and known players at the time to compete in like a gauntlet on Kino to see who the better player was because they all had like a neutral territory. They were all just bad at Kino.
Mm.
So anyways, that's what a gauntlet was. It was to settle a kind of like, oh yeah, because there used to be drama and stuff back then. There used to be players talking shit to each other, thinking that they're better than, other players and stuff and whatever. And that's like what a gauntlet was. But then what a gauntlet turned into for some reason is, oh yeah, like let's just have a prize pool for like, these rounds or whatever. Like, let's have whoever gets first place in this gauntlet, everybody can compete. It's a community-wide thing, and there's a bounty or something like that for whoever gets first place. And it's like like a lot of these gauntlets, like quote unquote gauntlets that would happen, would just flop entirely. And
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's like, why would they flop? Because there's no world record. There's nothing meaningful that happens in some of these. Like I remember a gauntlet that happened in 2016. It was a moon gauntlet, and I think the winner won at like round 140 or something. It was
The
it was ridiculous.
best.
It might have even been Phone Stevie or some shit. Like,
That's
who knows like
funny.
who it was, but like it was just a mockery. It's like, why is this even a thing? There's no like there's no incentive to like, oh yeah, minimal round that you need to get, or like minimal time you need to get to 100 to qualify for the gauntlet, because it's like if your 100 time is just too shit, then you're automatically out of the gauntlet. Like, it doesn't matter if you end up getting to round 200 or not, like you're done. Like, there weren't like really any, like, I don't know, it just like was always a really unentertaining thing because you kind of already knew as well. Not that I ever really paid attention to any of these, but in like the vast majority of them, you already knew who the winner was going to be way before, like, it was even over. Or maybe the winner had already won long before they even reach reset or game over, because everybody else just, fell. I don't mean I don't know if that's
Because
like
it's too
consistent with
long.
what you guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's too long. It's too long of a affair. That's why I think a gauntlet where it's just like, okay, round 200, 205, who gets the fastest time between these two rounds. Um, and obviously, I'm pretty sure Strat Tester doesn't have any. Does it have dog rounds when you play rounds? I don't think they do.
Don't know.
I don't remember seeing any dog rounds when I was playing. So you just play Strat Tester. 200 205. I want to see who gets the fastest time from 200 to 205 by the end. I would do something like that because now everyone's involved. It's not okay, because there's that restart thing where people restarting like crazy. That's like one gauntlet idea, or the other one is I start the timer and now you need to play to 50. You don't get to restart because obviously if you restart, that means you're just getting rid of the seconds because I've got the timer, you don't. So I've got the control of the timer, and you two need to. You two need to get to 50. So that's like the anti-restart thing, right? Like conditioning people is like, just play the fucking game and let's see who just, what I'm saying? And we'll do like a faster free, sort of affair. So it's like, oh, you get bad RNG in one. Okay, suck it up. And also, if it's on a map like Doris, come on, man, like 20, I've had 26 watt. I remember that 26 watt. And I'm still getting, 30 to 30. It's like, okay, this is how the game's played.
I was gonna say, like, the more I think about that idea, the better it gets, because yeah, you have to play with bad RNG, and it
Yeah.
teaches you how to play around it. Like, people just don't know how to play around it; they just restart, and it's just
Yeah.
you just learn to play around it. It's gonna make you a way better player.
Yeah, you just have to adapt, right? It's just
And I
it,
love
it shows
Zombies
you.
doesn't have that. In the low rounds, there's no adapting. I hate that.
Yeah,
I wish you were forced to play out games more.
you have to adapt to the situation, and shows who the true BL1 gangster is, who has like backup strats on backup strats on backup strats for all these different situations. Man, that'd be such a cool thing. How the fuck did no one ever do this? This is like such a no-brainer thing to do. Seeing other communities, man, we just got we got like a bunch of nerdy coder guys that were really good at filtering through the game and making mods for the game, but we never got any people that were really creative in terms of making like social community initiatives and getting people to do just really fun things. Because when I think of all the fun things that happened in the community, it's just like sitting in a chat room when somebody's getting a world record and someone's getting memed on. Like, there's never
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
never any
yeah.
cool things that happened where it's just like, oh, two people talking shit to each other. Okay, I'm gonna have the timer. You guys need to come in faster free. You're gonna man, imagine that, and that's how beef is sold. You're like, oh. Okay, we're just gonna get you in here. We're gonna see who's good now, who's good at this second. Let's go. That would be sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say something. Frenzy mentioned a Moon Gauntlet, and I was gonna bring up. Do you remember the Moon Gauntlet from 2020 or like 2019? I think, like the end of
No,
2019.
what happened?
Yeah, I wonder why you don't remember it. It was so irrelevant. Um, but there was a Moon Gauntlet in like late November of 2019, and Saltonaut was playing in it, and like he was like trying to get me to play in it. It was like pretty big prize pool. I think it was like $200 or something.
Mm.
And I don't remember who hosted it, but they wanted to get people to play Moon, I guess. So
And then everyone just
yeah, I
plays the
don't
maps
even.
that they're playing.
Yeah, no one I don't think anyone participated in it besides like a few people after like the first week. Like I don't even know who won it. I don't even know if anyone got around 100 on Moon in that time frame.
Right.
I genuinely don't even remember. I think the gauntlet just completely flopped.
Right.
So
That's why I say I don't care about the game in terms of playing the game. I just I wanna have a contest where people prove, their ability on command to be good. So it's like, oh, both of you go on strat tester, I control the timer. You both have to get to 205. Whoever doesn't get to 205 gets exposed. It's like, oh, you just
Yeah.
failed because you had too much. It's like because we cut out all the restarts, right? Like sometimes, especially depending on different maps, like you just don't get windows on 5, or you just don't get the right shit on Varrock. That's why gauntlets suck. It's not how, I mean, zombies takes a really long time too, so it's not something that you can watch in one sitting in terms of you can make that really exciting and dynamic and just do it all in one sitting. It's something that you have to do. You have to, what round is. Like, usually people are not even watching. They're just going into the Twitch chat to type into the chat. They're not watching the people do the strat or whatever the fuck. Yeah, usually. So I say,
unless you're
yeah,
trying to get better
yeah, unless
somewhere,
they're,
which is
trying
rare.
to improve or something, or they're just like interested in the strat. But after a while, it's like, oh, I'm for 30 minutes, I'm watching the same loop. Probably the fuck not. So I'm saying do 200 to 205. That's still a few hours. And then you see how good somebody is at high round strat, like some, oh, who's better running the high round strat, and you just start. You just get two people. And then kind of a thing like this actually happened. So you remember when the Shino Numa zipline strat came out, Zisari, and then Insane Operative gets on the game and he starts doing this strat, and I'm doing the second hand drive or whatever the fuck it's called, where I'm telling him exactly what to do, and I'm like, no, backseat gaming, yeah. I'm telling him exactly what to do, and he's like, no, it doesn't work like that. I'm telling him, no, it does, like, trust me. And then and then like, yeah, he does what I'm doing. He does what I tell him to do, and then it just doesn't work out because I have a complete misunderstanding of what's going on. And so I get on the game and I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's do it this way. And then I remember Frenzy, and he's like, oh, what happens if you, like, instead of going down the stairs, I saw that was risky, why don't you drop down? I'm like, fuck, I didn't even think about that. And Frenzy's on the game, playing the game on Strat Tester. And then I saw, like, MC Zombie Slayer and Mr. Mooney get on the game as well. I'm thinking, what? What is
I think
happening?
Operative was doing it too, wasn't he?
That was the first guy I said. Insane Operative.
Oh,
Was the
okay,
first guy, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, that was fun, yeah.
Yeah, but imagine if we turned it to an actual competition in terms of, okay, we're all gonna start around 200, and we're just gonna play from round 200 all the way to 205. Oh, obviously you need people to be good at the strat. So it can't be whack on Shino Numa. Maybe it'd be good because I don't know if anyone else can run the strat apart from me. I think on command I can run the strat easily. On command, I think at this point I'm very confident in my ability to run a full round 200 on command right now.
Yeah, after that little improvement that I had to make to the strat.
Man,
What was it, like putting a board up or something like that? I forgot like what
it's the
what I
drop
started to
down.
do. Oh, is it just dropping down? People
Yeah,
running
dropping.
through the fucking...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nah, I played it maybe last year or something, or maybe this year. Like, really early on. Um, and it was this. I had this. I introduced this new flow chart to the strat, and it was when you get the window. What I noticed is sometimes when you try and run, when the trap ends and you try and run, sometimes you just get blocked. Like you're just too fat to get through because maybe there's a spread, and when you turn back around, if you have the window fully boarded, that means the zombies will come out, and that means you have to shoot a walk shot, and sometimes walk is just not super reliable, so you want to kill all these variables in a 100-hour game. You don't want that to happen. You don't want to be in that situation. You might be in that situation. And so I found out that what I do is I think I put 3 boards on the window, but if zombies come before 10 seconds, I think it's before 10 seconds. Like, I start the timer when the trap turns on. If they come before 10 seconds, I just board it to full. If it's only 1 zombie, I leave it at 3 boards. If it's 2 zombies, I start boarding it to full. And then I wait by the bob. I'm usually there at 20 seconds, and I do like a little slow walk all the way to the trap, and then trap will be off by like 24 and a half, because they obviously have to incorporate like the input delay of like me turning on the timer when I turn on the trap, so it's like a little bit delayed sometimes it's on the money 25, and then I run out as soon as like I'm at the face of the trap. I start running a little bit before that, so I've got the acceleration, but that optimization is actually really good, because if I get turned around, all the zombies are already out by then. Because if I start full boarding with a bunch of zombies behind, by that point, the zombies would already been out, because they just break the boards really quickly. And I'm not boarding the window after 20 seconds. So they would have already been out behind me. But if I only put 3 boards out and it's only 1 zombie, that means I can't just have that 1 zombie breaks down that barrier fast enough to where if I get turned around, there is no zombies back there. So that's another optimization I found out that I incorporated into the strat. Very subtle, but actually a really good one. I'm telling you, I'm good at that strat. I'm real good at that strat.
I think Slayer got like 130 with it, didn't he?
I don't know. I don't want zombies.
It was like back in April.
Slayer's been playing Valorant, bro. Your
Valorant gamer.
time. Got to make that
He's
switch.
been getting a lot of viewers.
Like
400 or something.
I honestly, bro, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I've been going into his stream and I'm like, what the fuck does this guy have 250 viewers on Valorant?
Man, he was getting
look at his-
400 like every time I was seeing it. But what?
And
Is it a
look at
Valorant
his
player?
Twitch chat. I'll look at his Twitch chat and he has like 10 people in there. I'm like, what the? Like, is this guy view botting, or like, is he just getting raided every time? Like what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, you getting 200 viewers playing Valorant? What's happened there?
Yeah, it's definitely like weird, bro. I'm not trolling. Like, I don't know. I don't think he's view botting. I think like, yeah, he's either getting raided or somebody else is view botting him. Like,
he's not getting rated because, dude, every time I'm on Twitch, I see him with like 400, 500 viewers on Valorant, 300.
Maybe he's just the top dog in Valorant.
But the thing is like,
is he a good Valorant player?
He's new, but he's like plat, I think, right now. So he's like, all right, yeah.
I was gonna say, normally when zombies guys go to different
games,
like different games, they get bad viewers. So I don't know. I'm like really surprised to see him getting a lot.
So you see this guy's viewers list?
Yo, Asian bunny. I forgot about that.
He has Asian here. He has 300. He has 300 viewers here. Okay, and this is what his viewers list looks like. It's normal, right? Like, this looks like, yeah, probably a little less than 300 viewers, but
that looks nothing like 300. That is definitely not 300 names. That there are definitely not 300 names.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not 300 names for sure.
That's
but
like
I mean, that's
80,
but
90.
on Slayers though, like, I don't know, man. I click on it, and it's like, that's it. Like, that's like all the names, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
follow channels, Asian Bunny X. No.
That's what I said.
18 plus? What is this? Click on it.
You don't remember this?
I know who Asian Bunny is. I remember the streamer. Damn, what was the meta that
He's
was
just
going
playing.
around at that
Oh, she's
time?
just drawing right now.
The tits barely off the screen,
Yeah, the tits.
like
Yeah, that was
barely off.
insane.
She looks totally different. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's cool. The
Oh,
makeup
there's
plus wearing clothes
Oh yeah, I was gonna
plus
say actually, I
glasses.
forgot to talk to this. I don't think I've talked to you about this since we last talked about the female thing, but you were talking about female hobbies and makeup.
Yeah,
Not gonna lie, I actually forgot how cool makeup can be. Whenever you're using it like a cool way for like Halloween or something. And there
yeah.
was this part in Legend of the Galactic Heroes where one of the women are like someone died and they wanted to make him look like he was more alive for like this video call or something because they didn't want the other people to know he was dead. So she did makeup on him to make him look more alive, and it's like, oh damn, that's kind of sick.
True. I think one really cool thing about makeup, and it just sucks that in the female hobbies, male makeup ranked really low for male hobbies because Tito Ortiz's clown makeup, gotta say,
Yeah.
let's go. He really did. He really did a good Chael Sonnen impression. Yes, on the money. Fucking
What the hell?
I was thinking I was thinking, what would if I really got into another game? I got into Souls, but I never got into it. I played by my own rules. I didn't play by any sort of standard. I don't think the speedruns look interesting at all. And and the way you optimize the speedruns doesn't really look it's not really get really good at the boss or whatever because I really value the boss fights and getting really good at the boss fights. It's not really about that. So maybe I could do a no-hit run. That seems really skillful, I guess.
So
But
wait,
that
so
yeah, go
with
on.
the speedruns, why aren't they like that?
Yeah, because think about speedruns, you're just doing a bunch of glitches. So it's
Uh,
like for
what if
me, imagine if zombies was like that. Like surviving is
round skipping?
difficult. Yeah, you just start round skipping, making the survivability of the game and the optimization of the game on a completely different field to how you optimize the game currently. It's like, oh, trade strat. Okay, you can just sit in this glitch and then do the same thing. It'd just be whack. And the same thing with the
Yeah.
speed running. It's not. It's just not. You still have to be good at the game, but it's not in the same way. You actually have to be really good at the game in terms of being able to beat the bosses, but the optimization doesn't really come from that unless I guess you'd have to play particular categories. So I guess I would have to find the category that I think, okay, this suits my sensibilities. But the main category is like, oh yeah, I'm walking through walls. It's like I don't care about that, man. It seems
Yeah,
really
that's
whack to
whack.
me.
I was gonna say that though. Yeah, why wouldn't you just look at other categories? But
Yeah. So it's that. But then I was looking at Celeste speedruns, and I had to I had this video in my recommended the absurdity of Celeste speedruns, and I've seen people play Celeste at a fast level before, like a glimpse of it, and I just expect to know what it was gonna be. But I looked at the route, and I didn't think any percent was gonna be that interesting because I don't think the what do you call it? So that to beat the game, you have to complete every chapter, and every chapter has 3 levels, but you only have to beat the main level. The other levels, I think they might have been added in DLCs. They're like B-sides, and in the game, in the level, in like the main level, you can unlock a cassette tape that unlocks the side levels, and those levels are the levels I had a lot of fun with because they're way harder than the base game, way harder than the main levels, right? So the speed run, I'm thinking, okay, there's going to be like a lot of movement optimization, which is still hard because the movement that they do is crazy in terms of they're skipping things, and to skip these things, you need to actually be able to not only jump with insane like pixel perfect precision, because they're jumping on like visually it looks really weird because there's like a pixel that where there's no hitbox on like spikes, and on the game it looks like you're just getting hit by the spike, so it looks really sort of visually ridiculous, but it's really insanely skillful. And there's also pixel gaps that don't look like a gap you can go through because it's just fully solid. And so there's all these insane tricks, but the levels themselves still are a little bit, you know, on the easy side. So it didn't pique my interest until I saw the speedrun and the difficulty of it. But I didn't realize that. So the alternate levels that you can beat and it counts as a chapter complete. And because you have to get the cassette tape, I would think, oh, you would never complete these levels for a speedrun, right? Even though they are shorter levels, because you have to get the cassette tape, which is in the level, so you have to already play the main level itself, and then exit the level and then go to the side level. And the B-sides, the side level, is way harder. But no, they play 2 B-side levels. It's a 7-chapter game for the base game, with 2 and they played 2 for chapter 5 and 6. They played the side level, and they're hard. I think 6 is really hard. It actually, I thought it was my favorite level in the game. 6B was really tough, and they play it in the speed run, and I'm thinking, oh, I was actually really considering learning that speed run after I found that out, and it just being a really creative way to beat the game, because you exiting the level to play a harder level, and that counts as a complete, because I didn't even know that. But the fact that that counts as a complete for the level is really like a really cool route for the speed run, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was thinking of learning the instead of, you know, I could do those like zombie gauntlet things, you know, doing 1v1s, but I think I'm interested in learning a new game instead.
So you think Celeste is the move you're gonna make?
Yeah, not anytime soon. I'm just more preoccupied with other things. But once I'm not as focused with learning Japanese and doing working on my portfolio, I'm thinking, yeah, I would be interested in learning the Celeste speedrun. And because the speedruns, well, the world record is 25 minutes, but I'll get nowhere close to that. But maybe 40 minutes or something, like getting a full optimized run going. I can actually race the actual game with people. That is really cool. I would love to do that with people. Race with people. In GDQ, they did a race. Celeste race. It just sounds really fun to me. Because I like single player games, just because I think they're way easier to practice, because you have to play with other people. You're playing CS:GO and you just get bad teammates, and it's like you can still overcome that, but you're not actually practicing, you know, in the way that pros are playing. You don't have like one guy doing one thing and he has like that one role where, you know, he fulfills that one role. Like you're playing a very different version of the game, and that's sort of the shortcoming of playing online games, especially games where you need other people on the same wavelength as you, and a lot of people just aren't on the same wavelength, unfortunately. So playing a single player game, but in a way where I can interact socially with other people and compete with them, man, that's really sick. It is a really sick thing. So I was thinking, yeah, I could learn that, and I don't know, maybe because Calvin, the first person I actually saw playing the game was Calvin, and I remember messaging him about him. I was like, oh, did you ever beat Celeste? And I showed it because I 100% of the game, and he was like, "Oh wow, I didn't like, no, I didn't do any of this shit." And then it was like showing me, like him, like he was actually going out and playing, like replaying the game and doing the B sides. I don't know. I wonder what progress, but getting him, roping him in, it's like, hey, do you want to learn this speed run? Because he is that guy. He's like one of those guys where he's really interesting to see how he learns things. He's not like someone that's like an incredible gamer or anything. But in terms of what's really interesting is that I think when I was watching him learn other things, he seemed way more of the type of guy that's not spontaneous in terms of he just like gets something like that. He'll have like a very he'll very much understand the logic behind why something is happening. He'll like logic it out. He's not like EXE is like one of those guys where he probably doesn't even know what's going on. He just does it because he saw somebody else do it and then he like adapted it into a strategy. He's not thinking about it like on a very technical level or very like logicking it out. Like, okay, this is better than this and this is better than that. Calvin is actually a guy that thinks very logically, or he can explain the logic behind the things that he's doing, articulate that. So man, that'd be a really fun person to learn a speed run with if he's actually willing to do that. I'd totally do that with him. And it's probably other people in the community itself too, just learning shit, or learning the speed run. So I could do that with them. So yeah, that's.
You know, like how big the community is.
I'm pretty sure it's became the largest speedrun game on speedrun.com.
Really?
Yeah, it's just
I had
super
no
big.
idea it was that big.
Yeah, super popular. Yeah, platformers are generally popular, but it's also a PC game, and the movement mechanics are very intuitive. You could watch the speedrun after playing that game, and you could probably understand a lot of what's going on. Not super technically, but in terms of, oh, yeah, you know, like they're doing, if you watch a zombies high round, technically it might not look super impressive depending on what they're doing, but they don't understand like, oh, how come the zombies are never spawning in front of them. They just don't understand that, spawn control and all these basic mechanics. It's different with Celeste, where it's a lot of it is intuitively understandable of what's going on, and it intuitively looks impressive. Like, oh wow, there's a bunch of like their movement is very precise, and they're doing a bunch of crazy movement that you've probably encountered in the game. Because there is some movement mechanics that you can do in the game, and some of it might be required to 100% the game. So it's really cool in that way that it's very intuitive. To understand the impressiveness of the runs and what's going on in the runs.
I remember you making this analogy before about like CS versus League. Do you think it's kind of like that?
Oh yeah. With CS is a lot more intuitively understandable in terms of a gun kills people. If a bullet goes to the head, you will know what's happening. If you have more money, you can buy better weapons. Wow, it's like everyone knows how money works in real life. But with League of Legends, it's like, oh, you need to like farm mobs and get gems, and the gems. It's like, what the fuck?
And
you got going.
It's a little off topic in a way, but it's like CS is just more exciting to play and watch because you got like flashy plays, like one shots and stuff like this. It's just like, holy shit, that was a crazy shot. But when you watch League, it's just like nothing exciting is on the screen.
I'm sure if you play the game, it'll be like, oh my god, he just, killed 2 goblins.
Yeah.
I will never understand the impressiveness of killing 2 goblins because the game already initially is not intuitively exciting to watch, and therefore I don't care how cool Faker killing 2 goblins is.
I just think that like you need to have that what's it called? Like flashy plays, and like any sport you're doing, that needs to be part of it for the viewers, because like you need something to get the crowd you need something that makes the crowd excited. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. You do need a casual player base that understands what's going on. Yeah, fuck League. Couldn't get into it. StarCraft is another game where it's really hard to tell what's going on when watching that game. I actually have to learn. I have to actually watch tutorials on the game itself to understand. Okay, this is how the economy works. That's a game that I definitely would want to at least know what's going on. It just looks from the way people talk about it, just sounds really interesting. And I don't have RTSs in my repertoire in terms of understanding how the games work. So I'd want to understand how those games work so I can watch them at any time. MOBAs, I don't care about MOBAs. Don't give a fuck. But Elvis was telling me, he was like, oh, I think you would really like League. So, what do you mean? It's like really strategic. There's a lot of tactics. I'm thinking, you serious? He's like, yeah, man. If you like trade strat, you like this. And I do respect LV's opinion. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe I do need to give at least to understand the game so I can watch it and understand what people are doing. Maybe I need that. So I can actually give the game a fair shake, because I can't give the game a fair shake. No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not doubting that there's like cool strategy in the game or anything. You know, I was never really doubting that, but I don't know, it just doesn't look like the type of game I'd be into.
Oh my god, my stream just buffered and then an ad started playing.
Wait, on your own stream?
No.
Or whatever you're watching.
Yeah. Hmm. So yeah, Celeste is possibly on the agenda to learn. That's more further in the future.
I think for me, I already have too much on my plate to start something new.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna promise playing Celeste, but that's something. Yeah. You know, if I could also get EXE on it, that would
he would totally get on it. He would, yeah, you could get EXE in anything.
I did tell him about it, and he did was like, oh wow, that actually sounds interesting. He did the first time I told him about it, he didn't seem to care, but second time it was like, oh,
dude,
okay.
This is the thing we have to do with EXE. Like, I feel like you can make him interested in anything if you like. You can find like the most retarded shit and just over explain to him.
Did you know
like,
eating poo is just like really technical in terms of, okay, well, there's like E. coli, and what you actually have to do, right, is you have to build your body in a way that you can actually, you know, sustain the damage E. coli can do for you. So you eat the poo, and if your immune system can't deal with E. coli, you can't actually finish eating the bucket of poo because you have to go to hospital. And so what you have to do is, it's actually super preparation based, where eating the poo is sort of like, you know, the test. And but the test is, you know, if you come into the test without preparing, you're just gonna die. You know, you're gonna fail the test. And the same thing with this, you actually have to prepare your body, and so you know, you're putting on, you know, you're doing all kinds of training. And you're practicing eating poo, and a lot of the time the poo, because it's a person is alive shitting it out, right? There's also piss in there, so there's also like a really cool mechanic where you can actually use the piss, and what you do is you use the piss to make it easier to eat the poo, because, you know, it's more liquidy. You lube it up, so really it's good. And the best players, the way they deal with the smell is actually crazy, because you can't pinch your nose. You've got your arms tied behind your back. You actually have to just put your face into the bucket, and you just have shit all over you. You know what they do, right, is that they endure so well. They actually grow to like the smell of poo, because they actually do a lot of scat in their personal life. They start doing scat porn with their wives, and that actually makes them not susceptible to the smell anymore. And also, because you're eating shit, it just looks really disgusting, because you can't use your hands and you dip your head into the bucket, right? Like, you basically can't even see what's going on anyway. So these guys are just really skillful, and the way they just, whew, I can't believe, some people are dying from E. coli, because obviously it's poo, it's not very hygienic, but some people have just prepared their body in a way where they're actually microdosing E. coli and making their body tolerant to it like a vaccine. They actually take vaccines to tolerate eating poo out of the bucket. Isn't that crazy? I mean, Dan couldn't do it because he's just afraid of vaccines. He thinks the government put microchips in them. But you know who can? You can. You can do it, EXE. I believe in you. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. And I tell him that the next day, and he's like, "What? This sounds really cool." Because he's just on a different mood swing. He's like mood swung into like being really happy all of a sudden. He probably ate a meal. He probably ate the outside of a chicken nugget, so he's just actually able to, perceive what I'm saying. And he's just going, "Yeah, where do I sign up? Oh wow, I didn't know you like that, EXE. Let me link you a YouTube channel and a Twitch stream."
Yo, that was top tier. I gotta go back in your stream and save that. Yo, but seriously though, like you actually could do that, and he would get into anything. Like you could convince him to do anything if you make it sound like that.
Yes, it is another. He ate the outside of a chicken nugget. It is something that he would do. I was watching this woman, and she goes to McDonald's and only eats the breadcrumbs of the chicken nugget. She doesn't eat the chicken. She just eats the breadcrumbs.
Bro, what?
That's
she demolished those nuggets.
Yeah, the meme, yeah.
Yeah.
Are celebrities workers? South Korea says no. Let me read this. I'm gonna read through this
get on my
together.
phone and go outside. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go. Wait, give me. Oh, okay. I'll wait for you to come back.
Sounds like an ordinary fucking DS song or something. Oh, a good example of breaking rules and maybe not understanding it completely is actually, Michael Bay in Places is a really good example of this. He has a specific example of there are certain shots that Michael Bay likes, that he emulates, but it's clear when you watch some of his movies that he doesn't understand like why a particular shot works. So he'll copy the shot, but it's not working the way that he might want it to, because he probably doesn't understand why it worked originally. Fuck, where was that in this video? Oh, it's right in the beginning. Maybe.
Imagine if Sandhagen started at 17. He wins. 16. He wins, clear, 49-46. 15, that's a 50-45 Sandhagen. Starts training at 14, he finishes Umar Nurmagomedov in the 5th round. Starts training at 13, he subs Umar. 12, he finishes Umar in the early 3 rounds. 10, he rapes Umar in the octagon. 9 years old, imagine if Sandhagen started training at 9. 12, he finishes Umar in the early 3 rounds. 10, he rapes Umar in the octagon. 9 years old, imagine if Sandhagen started training at 9, he Boston crabs Umar in a round. And doesn't even make him tap, makes him deny his faith. That's how he makes him tap. 8 years old, you don't want to know what happens. 8 years old, if we have Sandhagen training from 8 years old, he shows up in a Crusader outfit for that fight. I'm telling you, it would be raps for them if we started training when we were kids. We need an MMA school system. America, it's time to notice. You need to be anti-inbreeding and pro-evolution of humanity. Change the wrestling program in your schooling system. MMA needs to be a program supported by it. It's the most accurate way of deciding who has the best fighters in the world. It's MMA. Wrestling is outdated. It's gay. It breeds gayness. Scrap it. Imagine if Sandhagen started at 17. He wins. 16. He wins, clear, 49-46. 15, that's a 50-45 Sandhagen. Starts training at 14.
Sick, classic. I don't even think I ever completed finishing watching this video. I finished I completed the video. There we go. Let's speak now. Is Tricky's gonna come back?
Since its release in 2018, speedrunners and glitch hunters have destroyed Celeste. While the game has been deemed one of the most difficult 2D platformers in recent times, it has deceptively simple controls, with only 3 main actions: jumping, dashing, and climbing. Despite the limited options, speedrunners have found crazy ways to blaze through the many platforming challenges in the game. However, there are certain categories and challenge runs
There we
that
go.
push platforming mechanics to its limits.
Yo.
One of the most interesting ones is the 100%
Alright.
grabs category.
Hold on, I'm gonna go make some porridge. I'll be back in 10 seconds. Not 10 seconds. I'll be back in a minute. I also need to piss. Restarting my.
Just ping me. I'm gonna listen to music for a bit. So just ping me when you're back.
Man, it's gonna be. No, so you could probably listen to a song.
Oh, is it you're like actually just gonna be like?
Well, I'm just I'm just
just gonna
putting the
write that to 'em.
ingredients in a minute. That's what I'm saying. And then
Gotcha.
yeah, all right, hold on a bit. I'm back. Temperature.
Since its release in 2018, speedrunners and glitch hunters have destroyed Celeste. While the game has been deemed one of the most difficult 2D platformers in recent times, it has deceptively simple controls, with only 3 main actions: jumping, dashing, and climbing. Despite the limited options, speedrunners have found crazy ways to blaze through the many platforming challenges in the game. However, there are certain categories and challenge runs that really push the game's platforming mechanics to its limits, and one of the most interesting ones is the 100% minimum grabs category. In this run, you have to 100% complete the game, which involves collecting all 176 of the collectible berries and finishing every single level the game has to offer, including the challenging B and C sides. But
Oh,
you can complete
hi.
all of this while minimizing
Hi.
the total number of
Yo.
lives used.
Hello.
A totally unique challenge. This is very similar to
You're
something
gonna pick
like
up my
the
voice for a second
64
there.
button challenge or a low percent speedrun.
And pockets for some reason, when I'm on my phone, Spotify's whenever I'm in a Discord call, the audio quality on Spotify is like horrible for some reason. So, but yeah, I just finished it. So
Well, I want to read what this guy just sent, Niraj. What is this article I got sent? I've got so many.
Korea, South Korea or something.
What'd you say?
Celebrities. Says about like celebrities in South Korea or something.
Yeah, South
Share
Korean
screens for
celebrities.
people.
Yeah, let me share screens and put it on Twitch too. Alright, arcade pop stands stands workers. Yeah, obviously stands aren't workers, but stars. South Korea says no. All I know about South Korea is that it's a corporate hellhole where Samsung owns so much of the what you call it? It owns so much of the economy. Doesn't really make sense, but is a what is even the way to say this? But basically, they make up much of the GDP or whatever, gross domestic product of South Korea. But fairly uncommon for just one company to have so much influence in terms of making up so much of the economy. There we go. And so they have an outsized influence on politics. I know they don't have the best work culture. It's just another thing. You know, it's just like Japan. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's worse over in South Korea. It's even worse. So think about everything that we saw in Japan. Yeah, it's even worse over here.
Yeah, fuck South Korea. North Korea is better.
You know it's bad when you've got some North Koreans that came to live in South Korea reconsidering their move to South Korea. Yeah, that's when you know it's bad. That's enough of shitting on South Korea. New Jeans is one of the biggest K-pop acts currently. Okay. Fan Wang. that sounds like a racist name that some comedian would come up with. Oh, yeah, I just met like fucking Chongqing, you know. I met Fang Wang, you know, down at Chongqing. And then you just get like the eyebrow raise, just like, what did you just say? You know, somebody thinks you're making a racist joke. No, there actually is a city in the southeast of China called Chongqing. What? And there's a real person that writes for the BBC called Fan Wang. Oh, okay. This is a real person. We gotcha. That's fucking hilarious. Right, hold on. Let me link the Twitch stream in the chat. That's the reason. All right. They have sold more albums than any other K-pop band last year, gained tens of millions of fans worldwide, and are arguably one of South Korea's hottest acts. What the members of New Jeans are not, however, are workers, according to the government. The country's Ministry of Employment and Labor on Wednesday dismissed claims of workplace harassment against a member of the group, saying celebrities are not seen as workers under the country's labor law and were therefore not entitled to the same rights. The decision has drawn its fair share of scorn, with people saying they are not surprised, given this is an industry known for its punishing schedules and intense competition. It's not just South Korea in general. I'm pretty sure they have crazy schedules for the regular, 996. There's actually a term in China called 996. You work from 9 to 9, 6 hours a week. You work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. Oh! So you work 6 days a week, 5 days a week, 3 days a week, 2 days a week. That's what you work. Sorry, how many days was that? This is the latest scandal to hit New Jeans, which has for months been embroiled in a public feud with record label Adore. With slick pop songs like Super Shy, OMG, and Supernatural, New Jeans were the 8th biggest selling act in the world last year and were nominated for the best group at this year's MTV. Man, we need to kill K-pop. We need to kill South Korea. If that means we're sending crusaders trained from the age of 8, we need to send them in, because we can't be having a place, a band, even an act called New Jeans being the 8th best-selling act in the world. Maybe domestically, that's fine. In the world, where is the real music?
Wait, that's in the world?
In the world, globally.
I just Jesus, I just like filled in. Yeah, I don't know how I didn't comprehend that.
I'm saying Deus Vote. That's what I'm saying. Deus Vote. Invade the country. We're thinking North Korea is a problem.
I mean, man, if it's that high in the world, it's not even just their fault. It's like everyone else's fault too. It's listening to it.
Oh, that's true. That is a good way to think about it. But I don't blame the consumer. I blame the producer, because that's only one point I need to target, right? I only need to go Deus Vote to South Korea, right? Because if I want to fix the people, well, there's a lot of people I need to fix. So we just eliminate Deus Vote, the whole. We do the 10th crusade on South Korea. We actually let North Korea invade.
Just let them fight one-on-one.
One-on-one.
Tito down there, just fight them.
Just fight
the group hand-to-hand combat.
Hand-to-hand, yeah, hand-to-hand. Yeah, we are doing hand-to-hand combat. They have rifles and everything, and they have like military-trained men that are required to do service. And we just have Tito Ortiz on my back right there. We got fucking Chuck Liddell to my other side, you know, and we're going in. We're fighting the South Koreans.
Yezi in the front line.
Man, we got Yezi too, because I'm thinking Yezi can definitely beat up some bulimic K-pop idols and K-pop stans that are trying to emulate their favorite K-pop idol. That I'm pretty sure Yezi could beat them up. And think about this too. They're probably so tired from working. Man, they worked 23 hours a day and they only get 1 hour of sleep. I'm thinking you guys are cooked. We are coming in like a fucking man. You have M4A1s. Man, we got fists. Population 2, my left fist and my right fist. Let's fucking go. Alright, anyway, last year we're nominated for the best group of this year's MTV Awards. Formed by label Adore in 2022, the group has 5 members: Minji, Hani, Danielle, Heirin, and Heiyin, whose ages range from 16 to 20. Yeah. Oh, they really like him young. Okay. The incident started after 20-year-old Hani and the other 4 members of the band raised concerns about their treatment by Adore during an impromptu YouTube live stream on 11th of September. Oh, this is the 9/11 of South Korea. oh, it's getting serious. That was a 9/11, okay. In the band's YouTube video, which has since been deleted, they made claims of workplace harassment, among others, which culminated in Hani saying she would testify in a hearing about bullying in the music industry. The Vietnamese Australian singer, whose real name is bloody hell, Pham Ngoc Han. That is a sick name, to be fair. Ngoc. I'm thinking you're from Star Wars on like the, you know, Lego Star Wars, you have like a bunch of those like rings with the silhouettes and it's like mysterious character, Pham Ngoc Han, and you think, oh, maybe that, you know, maybe like the letters are, you know, scrambled up so you don't know who that is, and you unlock the character and they're actually called Pham Ngoc Han from like, you know, 7 solar systems away. I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's like Jar Jar Binks' like species or whatever. I'm thinking, oh, that's why I have a weird name. Nah, this is just a real person. Okay. And honestly, I think it's a sick name because you have 3 names 3 names? That's good. Anyway, told lawmakers that she felt the company hated us. She described how senior members of Hebe ignored her and her bandmates and gave them cold shoulder. It should be the cold shoulder, but okay. She also alleged that employees of the agency badmouthed New Jeans on internal communication app and asked a journalist to downplay the group's record sales in one article. Hebe had previously denied the accusations. The CEO of Adore, which is a subsidiary of Hebe, said at the hearing that she would listen more closely to her artists. Her allegations prompted fans to file a petition about workplace bullying to the government. Honey of New Jeans testified before the South Korean lawmakers in October. Okay. But on Wednesday, South Korea's labor ministry rejected these claims, saying given the content and nature of the management contract signed by Hani, she's not regarded as a worker under the country's Labor Standards Act. In quotes, individuals must meet the criteria under the Labor Standards Act to be considered workers. This includes having fixed working hours and provide. Wow, that's not even so. EXE is not even a worker apparently. So this includes fixed working hours and providing labor under the employment's direct supervision and control. Oh, so EXE has to work alone in the petrol station. So he's not. So by South Korean standards, he's not an employee, and that right, I agree with them, just for completely different reasons. I'm thinking somebody that's 55 kg is not even half a person. Man, they're not even half. You don't weigh half a person. I mean, that's not true because most people don't weigh 100 kg. That's fat. Obese even. All right, celebrities, including singers, are typically classified as independent contractors. Chung Wang Choi, senior partner of Rule Chon law firm in Seoul, explained. The government also cites the nature of Hani's income, which is deemed to be profit sharing rather than wages, according to local reports, adding that she pays business income tax rather than employment income tax. One expert has called the response utterly unfair and yet unsurprising. The work for K-pop idols is emotionally and physically exhausting, according to her, as they work incredibly long hours, often 7 days a week, for months in a row, with no clearly defined periods of rest, says Cheddar Bo Seiji. Okay. Assistant professor of Korean and East Asian Studies at Busan National University in South Korea. Maybe it's Busan? Let me go fuck that up. Exploitation of the workers is accepted because they are not regular employees and there is no labor union, or clearly we can see now no government agency to advocate for humane working conditions for them, she argues. There are currently no specific laws in South Korea that provide protections for the working rights of celebrities or artists, as Mr. Choi, saying that this underscores the urgent need for reforms to address long-standing issues in the entertainment industry. One measure that could be put into place to safeguard the working rights of artists is something similar to the Talent Agency Act in Hollywood, which requires talent agencies to obtain licenses and prohibits unfair and exploitative contracts, adds Mr. Choi. However, he adds that, there have been discussions about implementing laws similar to the Talent Agency Act. No such legislation has been enacted yet. Idols are workers, in quotes. On Wednesday, New Jeans fans rallied under the hashtag Idols are workers in support of the band. Of course, this is the era of social media where people put hashtags instead of dressing up in Crusader outfits and standing outside of the government agency with fucking swords ready to kill the lawmakers. Trained when I was 8 years old. You are going to die. I'm being facetious, of course. Yes, but there is some truth in what I'm saying. Getting under the hashtag idols are workers. What is a hashtag doing? They don't have to give a fuck. Are you a constituent? You know, do you vote for these lawmakers? Do you get them back in? If you don't, then there we go. Usually, young people don't vote. I'm guessing K-pop fans, I'm guessing their voter rate is low. If trends in Western countries are similar to trends in South Korea, where young people just don't vote. Like, yeah, okay, a bunch of hashtag. Yeah, let's do some more civil unrest. We're thinking you going outside and actually being disruptive in person in front of, you know, in permitted areas, I guess. You probably can't block the door. Probably not going to be good for your rights. Probably don't want to get arrested for new jeans. Out of all things, maybe I'll get arrested for a better artist, but maybe not new jeans. I'm kidding. Don't kill me, Nick, please. All right. Others pointed out that the decision had a legal basis as select. Oh wait, no, I'm reading the right part. Others pointed out that the decision had a legal basis as celebrities were not technically seen. I don't care what they're technically seen as workers, but called for greater reforms in the industry. I get what they're saying about the role not qualifying for legal definition of workplace harassment, but this just shows the need to reform the K-pop industry. Says one user on X. One user on X. On X, it's not even Twitter anymore. Doesn't exist. X. Hani has yet to comment on the government's decision. Hebe, which represents massive K-pop groups such as BTS and 17, it's probably the average age of the people in 17. Now that I found out that people in New Jeans are younger than me, 16 to 20. Jeez, is South Korea's largest music firm. South Korea's entertainment industry is known for its high-pressure environment where celebrities are held to strict standards over their appearance and behavior. Wow. What do you think?
Wait, was that the end of it?
Yeah, that's the end.
Oh, damn. People are saying that the K-pop industry needs to change. That doesn't make it, doesn't, I don't know how they would change that to make it fit under the law. I think the law needs to change.
Yeah.
If anything, like, I don't know.
It needs to be reformed, man. People have been saying this for years. I think we already knew the K-pop industry was super fucked. I think at this point I'm wondering, wow, these fanatics, they're not fans, they're fanatics that follow K-pop haven't got better rights for their K-pop idols. I'm thinking, wow, is the government just really good? Or the corpos really good at lobbying the government to maintain really poor practices? Or are we seeing one of the most ineffective but numerous groups that is just not just completely unable to fulfill their agenda? Because there are situations like this where a numerous group just is completely fails at getting doing any sort of action, whether that be politically or getting, certain games to do something. I remember when people in BL3, they were doing black market blackout to try and get Treyarch to do something about loot boxes, because loot boxes are cringe. And that never did anything.
Yeah.
Really sad. Man, we should have been at their offices crusading. Alright, what is this? Jalop
I actually
K-pop?
don't remember that. The blackouts? I don't.
Oh, black
I was
market
never a
blackout.
multiplayer person. Yeah, I don't remember that ever happening because I guess I just wasn't paying attention to that side of the community.
Right. How jealous superfans try to dictate their idol's private life. Oh, trust me, I already know. I think
I
idol
just
coach.
Say though.
Go on.
I think I read this. Okay. Yeah, just continue. I don't even remember what I was saying. The fuck?
I'm saying K-pop, not K-pop idols, the fanatics that exist, K-pop stans, are insane. And the culture around idols having to not publicly, that they're not contracted, they're contractually obligated to not have significant others. So they can appear fuckable to fanatics that think to make it even possible in their minds to think that they can get with them, even though that's obviously an impossibility. But for some reason, them being signal Signal, by the way, single makes them think that they could possibly get with them. Fucking hell, delusional, by the way.
That's like the only
They
thing I've heard about K-pop. I don't know anything about the industry outside of that. I remember hearing about that. I'm just like, man, that's so sad. And like people are just okay with it. It's just weird as hell.
well, yeah, because the people dictate that.
Imagine if you
That's
just
the thing.
genuinely had a imagine you just genuinely had a passion for doing that and you just you like had to sacrifice your whole place in your life because of it. It's like
Yeah, that's
really fucking dumb.
yeah
And
deranged.
and the fans are like just as bad for not doing anything about that either.
Mm. No, it's the fans that are making that culture. That's the thing. Wow.
So yeah, that's what I mean. It's like they don't even fucking care about them at that point. But I don't even think I would count those as fans.
No, they are that fanatics. The fanatics of the persona that's being projected to them. Sad.
Yeah, but they
Also,
don't care about like the extra person. It's like pretty fucked.
yeah. For me, all the K-pop groups just look the same.
Yeah, same for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I never tell the difference between them, and I think it's this because when I look at the K-pop groups, a lot of them, it might be the same group, but what they've done is they have a completely different hairstyle, different hair color, and because they have fairly heavy makeup, they have a completely different makeup style. And I'm just thinking, oh, that's the same group? I didn't even know that. I just couldn't tell. There's no way. Like this girl, for example, I scrolled down. So this is her going to court and she's just dressed as a normal lass. Doesn't look like any of the girls up here. Different hairstyles, different makeup, different everything. I couldn't even begin to guess which one of them is her. No, I don't think it's this one or this one.
Scroll back down. Yeah. Okay. Go back up. Damn, I think it's the blue one, the blue shirt one. But I don't know.
Really, I was
Like
thinking,
it's really hard.
for me, I was like, it's definitely not this one. But maybe because she's looking down, maybe it could be. Maybe her eyes are getting squished. Hold on. Honey of New Jeans. Google search her. So this is her in the thing. It could be her, actually. You might actually be right on that. Now that I see better pictures. Also, I shouldn't be looking this up because she's like 10 years old. Oh, she's 20. No. Oh, there we go. Okay. 10 years old. I'm thinking. No, I'm not even looking at the same person. This is the same person as this? Is this? Is this?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Makeup should be banned.
True, so true. Along with plastic surgery,
Yeah, same.
like
I agree with
in
that.
general use cases.
Gambling. No gambling anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been watching a. Actually, I'll get onto the topic of me getting into a gambling frenzy. I need to tell you about that. Hold on, BRB. I put this. I
Alright.
put. It's back downstairs. I'm just gonna go and get my porridge now, baby.
Alright.
I'm back. Hello. Ça va bien?
Yo, yo.
Oh yeah, I got into I saw this guy on Destiny's podcast. It was called Stephen Bridges. He's this magician, and he got into card counting. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah, of course. Like it's where you just keep track of like the cards in the deck, right? For
I
like
think
blackjack
so.
and stuff.
Yeah, but exactly.
I used to be like really into that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Or like fascinated by it.
He was doing. He was going with a hidden camera and doing card counting with a whole crew of people. Sometimes he'll do it solo, sometimes he'll do a crew of people. But it's super organized in terms of he got trained for it, and then they gave him invested $100K, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, there's more where that came from." It's like what? They super believe in like the secret strats, and they have tests. Like there'll be some other guy, and they'll go, oh, "Okay, let's see if you're up to snuff in card counting." And if they're good enough, yeah, they get money, and they just go to casinos and count cards. And the thing is, I thought it was so brilliant because I was like, oh, okay, they're just what do you call it, counting cards, and I didn't get the mechanics of it. It's like counting cards gives you an edge, but I didn't realize it was like I remember when I first started about card counting. I only deep dived on it now, and I say I deep dive more in terms of the whole culture behind it rather than the actual mechanics of it. So I was like, wait, how is counting cards against the rules? It doesn't make any sense. How can they kick you out for counting the cards? I couldn't even believe. Still now, I can't believe it. Just imagine you're playing the game as like this is the logical extension of how you would play the game, as if you were actually trying, and then you get kicked out for
Yeah.
it. How are these games not? How do people even play it to begin with? I don't even get that. What the fuck? If you're too good at the game, you get kicked out. It doesn't make
No, it's
any
kind of
sense.
true. It's actually kind of true that I mean they need to just make a way where you can't do it if that's what they wanted. You know what I mean? And make it
Right.
impossible.
So what they do is look for specific rules that will give them a slight edge, the card counters, and then they'll go and play blackjack at those games, at those tables. And what's really interesting is that so they have to deal with like lows and highs, but because they're gambling over, or not gambling, but they're playing over time. There's something called EV, which is their estimated value, and it's sort of like RNG evens out, where it's like if you simulate, let's say the box went on for like 10K hits or whatever, and you were hitting 10K, like eventually, I mean, even in a game with like 2K hits, by then like you are starting to see, you're starting to hover around like 20. Sometimes you'll get like 17, sometimes you'll get 24. Those are the highest and lowest I've had in a game, to like 180. But yeah, it's starting to edge around like the 21 range, and that's how card counting works. Is actually RNG evens out bottom text. That's what the game is. They just play for really long periods of time, and what they're trying to do is like, don't get super obsessed with getting really bad RNG on one day, because sometimes they can lose 10K, and they can just keep losing and losing and losing for a day or for 2 days and lose crazy, and then they just earn it all back up because RNG evens out bottom text. They just get it all back. And over a long period of time, now they're in the positive, and they're actually earning money. And I thought that was so sick because it's actually exactly like zombies. It's that you have to be resilient and you have to just understand that, specifically with box luck. Obviously, that's not the case with there's just not a big enough sample size for other luck in the game. But then, if you actually look at it from a different perspective, with zombie games, if you get bad RNG in a zombies game, well, okay, you're probably gonna play over your zombies career a shit ton of zombies games. Probably in one of them, you're gonna get a game that's solid and good, that you can, that you're gonna be proud of. That's good, got good RNG. You have to play it out to see if it's actually a good game. You know what I'm saying? You can't just restart because you got bad RNG at the beginning of the game. That's insane. If you think about it like that.
Yeah.
And I was thinking these card counters, because sometimes they do get super fucked up mentally, but they just have to keep persevering because they know they adhere to the RNG evens out. It will, their luck will eventually, if they get enough games in, statistically, it's gonna even out. Well, not even out, but it will go to the percentage that it's meant to be at, which is like, depending on what games you're playing, it will change what your estimated values are, and you have to figure it out yourself. But it will go to what the estimated value is meant to be. That's where your money's gonna end up. That is fucking sick. That's super fucking sick. And the perseverance and the belief in the system that they're gonna do it as long as they're adhering to it properly. It's something that zombie players, I think, could really benefit from, where it's just, hey, just play your games out. Maybe a 4 minutes slower to 50, even though that sounds like a really disastrous time. Maybe you should play that and see what instance you get.
No, true. I mean, same with like the opposite. You could always have like the perfect game up to instas and then just miss like 5 in a row. I mean, you're just like, all right, well, this is like not good anymore. So, just playing with the expectation to have like that perfect game is just like ridiculous, especially if you're not playing them out consistently. Just I feel like everyone has this ideal perfect game in their head that they're trying to get, and they're just expecting it to come like. And unfortunately, that just doesn't happen. I mean, you remember Cap, right? The knocked guy who spent like 80 hours Tommying or something, and then he just gets like 24 hit average or something. It's like, man, I could never play that map because of that shit. But
man, guess who's in my chat?
Saltonat.
No.
I'm just thinking like someone crazy came in because why would you be asking? Was it EXE?
No.
No way you'd be saying bringing it up.
Oh fuck! I said it wrong. I said Combonwa. I said Combo. I said it wrong, bro.
Who is it?
Konbanwa. It's Konbanwa, not Kombonwa. Fuck. No. It's the Chihiro, the Japanese guy.
I don't remember who that is.
Fuck, I can't say. Nihonwa? So it's morning for you. Nihonwa? Asadayo. Aha.
I just had this random thought, but remember we were talking about zombies earlier. You used to play Kino and you didn't even know the other maps existed.
Yeah.
I was just thinking back to like my first times playing zombies, and I used to play with my brother and my older cousin, and that was the guy that got me into zombies. I was like 4 years old, but he also played Dark Souls like when it came out, and I used to watch him play that, but and like BioShock and all these other games. But yeah, him and my brother would play zombies, and I think we didn't have like a third controller, so I would just have to watch them play until like my grandma would make me get a turn because I would complain. But I remember this one night where my brother fell asleep and I was watching my cousin play and he fell asleep on the controller. It was like 11 p.m. or something, and I wanted to play so bad. So I sat there for like 30 minutes, and he fell asleep on the controller while playing. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna take it." And I stayed up all night playing zombies when I was like 4 years old. I'm not even joking. And until my parents came and got us because we were at my grandma's house, and I literally played zombies. It was like the first all nighter I pulled. I was like 4 years old. Just I was playing with these like his friends or something, and I was so young. I thought Nikolai because I thought all the characters were like his friends. So I kept seeing Nikolai, and I just thought it was like the same guy every time I saw Nikolai.
All right. The zombies used to be so mysterious back in the day. I feel at ease when I hear your voice. Oh, thank you. I want to try and speak some Japanese now that I've got somebody, because I've been learning. This I don't know if you know what Anki is. It's this app where you do Japanese kanji, the words. And I've just been learning through this every day. So these are the days I've been doing it on. So yeah, it's nice that I get to you can type some in Japanese, and I can probably understand some of the things that you say. Yeah, yeah.
I'm just thinking though, like
What?
from their perspective, they're playing with someone who's like actually like somewhat intelligent who can at least do something. He's like 17 at the time. He was actually probably decent at the game, and then like 15 minutes later, he's just gone. And then all of a sudden, you just get this like 4-year-old retard who can barely walk around. Probably, they must have been so confused. The people that were playing with him.
Right. There's another article that there was another article that Naraj sent in here. It was like ants, how ants warfare are similar. I actually wanted to read
Oh
that.
yeah, I didn't read that.
Yeah, I wanted to read that.
I'm gonna get dinner soon, so I'll
Who
read
are
it
you
until that
talking
comes.
to today? Trickies. He's a Varrock player. I want to see if I can type this in Japanese.
What the me?
Yeah,
About me?
you play
Being
play Varrock. Yeah.
Would you translate that like Varakt, the word? How would that work?
I just type in English because I don't know how you type in Japanese. The fuck, it's playing Asobu. I wonder if you would type it like that, because obviously the like that. See, that's what I was thinking, but it might be you do Varrock, because in Japanese they do game. Do you know Chihiro? He asked if you know. They do this. They don't do so Asobu is to play. That
He
means
was
to
asking
play
me
a
something?
game. Would you say?
Was he? You said he was asking me something?
He said, "Do you know who he is?"
Let me look in your chat. I might recognize his name or something because I didn't recognize him when you said it. But
Chihiro or
I remember some Japanese people that used to be in my chat.
hold on, let me go on Twitter. I said you play in Japanese. I don't know if my Japanese is good. Tricky's got Varrock or Asobu. Man, he's probably thinking like, man, what are you typing? What are you typing? He said He said good. That's what he said. Good. Man, I need to use you for practice. But what is practice? Is it
Yeah, I don't think I know this guy.
Oh boy,
Wait,
I
is this
do.
the guy that was making those like BO3? Played BO3?
Yeah, he played BO3, yeah.
Oh yeah, I probably do know him then.
Tom Fantasy really loved him.
Yeah, I remember this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
I signed out of Twitter just to sign back in.
I'm gonna join my computer in a second.
Okay. Yeah, found you. Meet up. BO6 zombie. Ribati Ribati Forus 256 round up. I don't know what this says. It says Boshu recruiting, taking applications. I know Shu, that's in collection. Shushu. Let me see if this is in my deck. Never seen this word before. It
Okay.
is. Boshu recruitment. Okay. Since when have I been learning Japanese? I've been learning Japanese for 5 months, my brother. I've been learning Japanese for 5 months, bruh. Respect me, bro. Respect me. Oh, fucking warrior. Yeah, I've been going hard, my brother. Going hard. Let me see if I can read this. BL6 zombie ribati foru forus Q Hyaku Q Haku Q Ju Q is that how you
I
say
hear
it?
that every episode in Legend of the Galactic Heroes, literally, because
Right.
it's the calendar that they start of every,
All
every
right.
episode. They tell you like the year and stuff.
Round challenge round challenge wa un A. What does un A mean? Un A management. Okay, that's what I thought it meant. Un A. Your Japanese pronunciation is perfect. No, it's not. Un A no update no fugu. What does this say? Fugu I floor defect bug. Fugu I. I've never seen this word before. Fugu I. Let me add it to my deck. I haven't seen you in a while though, Jumpy. I just added it to my deck. Fugu I ni, so that means floor. Ni yori. Hachi hyaku niju ni roundo de sebuteta. Right? Sebuteta. I don't know what that says. Sebute. Save data. Sebudeta. Sugoi. It's good for being an English speaker every now and then. I just hop on your stream. I had it open for a while. Now I came back and you were speaking in Japanese. I was like, what the hell? Kiemashita. To vanish, to disappear. Kiemashita. Is this Tsugi? No, this is what is this? It's Tsugi Matayaru. What does this say? I don't know what this says. Matayaru? This is to do yaru, to do. Mata. Oh, no, I don't know. Like mata is in again, more? Mata? Again? Yoru wa Yoruka wa what is this? Matsute? Is this Matsute? What is this? Mite. Oh, mite. Know this word. Undecided. Mite. I should have gotten that. Mite. Mite desu. Man, I'm so bad at reading Japanese. Mido. What does this say? Aniki, elder brother, or Okage. What does Okage mean? Thanks to. Thanks to, owing to. Okage. Matayaru ka wa mite desu. Not sure if I will play again. Aha. Again? Oh, I get it. Mata is again. Yaru is do. Mata yaru ka wa mite is undecided. So again, doing, undecided. I think that's what it says. Mata yaru ka wa mite desu. For 5 months is pretty good. Yeah, it's alright. Yaru to play. Okay, I thought Yaru was to do. Yaru to do, to play, to give. I've seen it a lot. Yaru to do, to undertake, to perform, to play a game. Ah, I see, to play. Uh-huh. I see.
Didn't know that could be used like that either.
Yeah, neither did I. Okage. So that means thanks to. Oh, I didn't know this. Yes, I did. I had this in my deck. Okage. I got this. This is due in 2 days. Okage. Help, thanks to. This is a new card. Fuck. I should have known that. But it's only in Kana. I'm usually better at kanji. If it's in kanji, I probably would have got it. Echa. What does this mean? Echa. Does this mean anything? Echa koringu. Koringu kado. Cooling card. Uh-huh. What does this say? I don't know what that kanji is, but this is Mei Teki. What is that first character? When you're going to Japan, Joe? If I can be asked, once I get fluent enough that I can actually read. Shinigami, I can read that. Undead no Shinigami. Zombie. What does this say? That's a million. Kiru, million Kiru. Oh, it says in English, the translation. I wonder why you can read that. I wonder why you can. Yeah, I know, right? Let's go over here. Okay. Teka. I don't know what this Teka means. Teka. Or perhaps I should say or how should I put it? Okay. Zen. Holy. Kochi. No, Kokuchi. That means announcement. Okay, whole announcement? Doing the whole announcement? What does that mean? How would I say this? Okay.
I'm gonna go eat.
This is notice announcement.
I'll see you.
Okay, yeah, I'll see you. Adverb. Completely. Announcement. Doing. Announcing. What is this? I don't know what word this is. Wasureru. To forget. Wasureru. Wait. Wasurete. Take. Wasurate. Is this Terraform? Terraform and. Okay. Kedo. Asta. Gnome. 11 November. Ichiju. Or just Ju Ichi. Gatsu. 16. I don't know what 16 is. And Doyobi. And then Ju, Shi, Ju, Go, Doki, Udabi-kan, Gudai. Approximately. Is Gudai approximately? Yeah, Gudai is approximately. Took me 5 minutes to type that. Surely it's right. Translate it for me. What did it say? Gemu or Nakushi. Nakushi chatanan de shinjirai. I know Shinjiru is to believe, so this is I don't know what form this is. I don't know all the forms in Japanese. Shinjirai renai. And so that's negative, and I think that's like to not believe something is not to not believe something like that. Zannen is disappointment, I think. Wait, so sore wa choto. So that, and then choto is like a little bit disappointed. I think the last sentence says sore wa choto zannen. Zannen. I think that means disappointment. So you're a little bit disappointed. Is that what it means? Well, let me translate it with Google Translate. That's a little bit disappointing. So I can read the last sentence. Oh, what did you type? Honto zannen, truly disappointed. And that's what he typed to you. Honto, truly disappointed. For sure disappointed. But I can't read the first part of the sentence. The first I said it's very sad that he lost the game. Oh, look at you. Very sad you lost the game. It is hard as fuck for me to read this part of the sentence, but I can just about get this. I can read that, but I can't read this. This is to, I don't know what this means. Nakusu, to get rid of to lose something. Oh, okay. Wow, okay, that's, I don't chow and ta. No, I don't know. But I know the Shinjiru. Oh, unbelievable, implausible. But what potential or passive negative? So I know that it's negative. I know Shinjiru is to believe. This is negative form. There's also other form. I think there's another form in here, potential or passive, but I don't know those forms. I haven't learned those yet. I've been using Obsidian to write down different forms, and these are the only ones I've gone through so far. I've gone through like if you want something, Thai form, Tagaru form. I've also been doing Teiku. I got images in here too. I've been super in this. I haven't done this yet. I did your form too. I did all the conjugations as well. So I've not gone to that yet. Being yeah. Being super and right now I've got a tab of all the forms that I want to learn, at least so far. Where did I already done all these? I think I'm doing this. I think I'm gonna do Teoku next, but I've got all these tabs that I need to finish, and that's a lot of tabs. Let's just say that. I just write down. Usually I do one a day. But yeah, I hope I can learn Japanese. My Japanese is my Japanese is really bad because I haven't practiced a lot of reading. And I don't know all the forms. So sometimes I can I can like read I can see what the word is, but I don't understand what form it's in. It's like for this, I know what Shinjiru means to believe, and I know it's negative because it's got nai in it, but I don't fully understand what it is, what it's saying, because I only know the regular form of the word. But for 5 months, I mean, for me, it's like, fuck, I want to be fluent in 5 months. That's the type of person I am. I just like, oh, come on. I should be speaking this language fluently. I should be understanding fluently. But yeah, I am quite, I'm quite driven when it comes to, I'm quite try hard when it comes to, if I'm putting my mind to something, I am very much, if I don't learn it quickly, I don't. Because for Anki, you're recommended to do between 10 and 20 words. I'm doing sometimes 50 words a day. Now I've got a tactic that's actually really good for learning words. Um, but it's basically adding a bunch of words that are really similar and have similar readings or the same readings, so I can actually learn the readings. Because sometimes I forget the readings when I was doing it earlier. So I just focused on doing a certain reading by adding a bunch more cards. Have you been watching stuff too fully in Japanese? Like, have you been immersing? I've only been reading. I've not been. I'm so scared to listen to things. So I've been immersing in terms of reading. I'll just watch people play Japanese games, or I'll watch Fudge Strike a lot. And a lot of the comment sections and like a lot of the arcade, if you I'm trying to think of the arcades that exist in Japan. I think Big One Arcade. Um, they a lot of their stuff is just in Japanese, and then if you go in the comment section, if there is comments, but in the chat rooms, like it would just be people typing in Japanese. So that's my immersion. I just start reading chat rooms. That's my immersion. Listening with Japanese subtitles can help a lot with understanding what things mean. Yeah, I that's my guess. I was thinking more video games. I was thinking after I finish getting a few more forms down. I was thinking of playing a video game with audio. And then in Japanese, so I listen to the audio obviously, so I get the audio down, but also I want to be able to the things that sucks about watching an anime is that you have to like you can take a video game at your own pace. You can stop where I guess theoretically you can stop an anime wherever you want, but with Japanese with a video game, I feel like it's more customizable to your experience. But and just I'm just more into video games in general. But do I have you on Discord? I don't know if I have you on Discord. Hold on. Let me see if I have you. How do I add people on Discord? Look at me. I'm like sharing my screen to myself. Friends. I think I added you. Oh, there we go. We got the waves, yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. All right, let me move my chat somewhere else. Chicken. Got the chicken. Yes. Oh, what is a chicken in Japanese, actually? I forgot. Is that niwatori? Niwatori. I think it's niwatori. Niwatori. Chicken, yeah, niwatori. Look at me. Expert in Japanese. Yeah. You can never beat me. Niwatori. Hold on, I'm gonna go to the toilet real quick. Oh, I am. Don't worry, even I, a Japanese, don't remember kanji perfectly. Okay, ja, neru, ne, uh, gengo o benkyo, uh, ganba, ganbate, tanoshin, dene. What does that mean? So sleep, studying, language, persisting. Wait, I'm pretty sure ganbate means persisting. Wait, hold on, let me move this to my second monitor. Let me zoom into, hold on. But I didn't study in language, persisting, and then tanoshin de means enjoying, persisting and enjoy. So does that mean, does this part mean learning a language, enjoying and persisting learning a language? That's my guess on what it says. Hold on, let me Google translate this. Study the language, do your best, and have fun. Kind of like persist, and enjoy learning the language. But what does this mean? Sleep. I don't know what ja means. Does that mean bye? I don't know what ja means. But neru, that means. Let me look this up. Jaimi. Well then, so then. So it's like a conjunction. And what did you say? Janbi? Jumpy. Oh, jumpy! That's jumpy in Japanese. Oyasumi. Oyasumi. What does that mean? Day off, sleep, rest. Aha, good night. Oyasumi. I know Yasumi. Jumpy sleep. Wow. Damn. Okay. I'm guessing that means Jumpy went to sleep. Jumpy Neda. Let me close this jaw. I think I might go to sleep too. Hello, more. Oh, Yasumi. I don't know if you're still here. But yeah, I want to go to sleep. So it's really fun talking to you guys in Japanese. At least attempting to talk in Japanese because I don't understand a lot. So, what's bye in Japanese? Well, look at me. Sayonara. Sayonara. I like that. No. Or, well, yeah. I'll go with sayonara. My, Kansai Ben. Sayonara.